Hello, hello. Just wanted to take some time to talk about calm corners. It was something that I know over the summer we had gotten down pretty well, but it's a lot of new staff, and so let's talk through it. In your calm corners, there should be three signs or posters that you have hanging up, and it should be a visual place where kids can physically go to take a break. One of those posters has the label Calm Corner, so they know this is the spot. The second one has like a dark blue background. I don't have it with me, but it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, calm at the top, and it walks kids through some grounding techniques. So I think it's like name 5 things that you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can touch, whatever it might be. So that should be also posted on the wall in the calm corner. And then there's like a whole packet that says activities I can do. Each flip through, so there's like a menu. The first set is I think I need to move. So if they need to move their body to calm themselves, I need to be still. I need to solve. I need to create. I think I need to practice mindfulness. And lastly is I think I need to feel. And it's okay if they need to just sit in their feelings and be frustrated, angry, sad, whatever it is in the moment. That's more than okay. They don't have to physically do something or think through or process or write, or it's okay for them to just sit and feel sometimes too. All of those things are in there for kids to look through and see and help guide them through their little break that they're taking. When using a calm corner, I always tell students 2 to 5 minutes is really the max of time that they need to be in that calm corner. If they can't calm themselves down in 2 to 5 minutes, they need something more, right? It's not just I can calm myself down in this classroom space. They need something more. And that could be having a conversation with a staff member. It doesn't always have to be me or Ashley. Most of the time, there's 2 of you in the room. So if you notice, hey, there's been somebody sitting in the calm corner for a while, I'm just going to go check in. Typically, if they're sitting in the calm corner, I would come up and just say, hey, I notice you're sitting here. Is there anything I can do to help? If they tell you no, my response is typically, okay, I'm going to give you a little space. I'll come back and check on you in a few minutes. Come back. If they're still kind of upset, angry, whatever it might be, then I say to them, do we need to take a walk? Should we go out in the hall? And I remind them as well, you're not in trouble. Like if we need to leave the room and go take a walk, it's just to give yourself a break. Sometimes kids panic when I ask that question, like, should we go take a walk? I think because sometimes it's used as, hey, you're not listening, you're not behaving, let's leave the room. And that could be the case too. But if they're trying to calm themselves, if they're trying to regain control, I want them to understand, like, you're doing the right thing. You're trying to regain control. You're trying to calm yourself down. That's a good thing. So let me help you get the rest of the way there, right? So that's what the calm corner is for. It's a place for them to be able to self-regulate, to be able to stay in the classroom and not have to leave. Obviously, we know there are times when things are extremely heightened, or there's other situations where they just need to get out of the space. Maybe it's a specific person that they're really having a tough time with, and leaving the space where that person is could help them calm down and help them process through their thoughts and feelings a little bit more, and that's okay. But really the purpose of the calm corner is to help them stay in that space as much as possible. As we get older and as we are adults, we can sometimes like, hey, I'm going to go take a walk. I need a break from what I'm doing right now. But we can't always just walk out of work or walk out of wherever we are to take that break and calm ourselves down. So it's really a strategy, a life strategy to help them learn how to self-regulate. It should be accessible, like I said. So if you need to find a corner, it should be kind of away near the back. If you stand up and talk and teach a little bit, it should be away from that space so that they can still listen and still be a part of the group, but have that space away where people aren't staring at them, people aren't in their space, walking past them too much, things like that. But make it accessible for them, right? These things should be easily there for them to use. Okay. I know Kendall in 3rd grade, she is using a drawer in their classroom with a bunch of fidgets. It's labeled so the kids know where it is, and that's great. It's great for when they're working on homework or other things that they can go in and grab to help them focus. But I would also like a few of those items in the Calm Corner so they don't have to walk around the room and hunt for what they need. They can have it all in one spot. When I taught both 3rd grade and 5th grade, I just had a little basket in my corner with things like fidgets. I had sand timers, so they knew, depending on how big of a problem it was and what they needed. I had a 2-minute and a 5-minute timer, and they knew to flip that when they sat down, and when the timer ran out, they were to rejoin. If they had to flip it a second time, then typically it would be a time where I had a conversation with them about what else they needed. But we can talk about getting you sand timers if you need those and think they would be helpful. But it was, so fidgets, sand timer, sometimes just blank pieces of paper and just a few markers. It doesn't have to be every color, it doesn't have to be a whole lot, but sometimes for kids just to draw, it gets their mind off of it, or they could write a note or whatever is bothering them, and sometimes that can be really helpful. Yoga cards, so some kids would actually stand and do some of the yoga poses, and it just reminded them to breathe, it stretched their body a little, got them to move a little bit. So if you need like pictures or examples of a few easy yoga moves they could do without distracting other kids, let me know and I can get you some of those as well. And I also had a little half sheet of paper that was labeled what I want my teacher to know or something along those lines. Again, I have a digital copy of that so I can share that with all of you as well with this video. But it was nice to keep those in the Calm Corner because if it was something bigger that was bothering them, something at school, something at home, we're not always available to have those deep conversations in the middle of what we're doing. And so this gave kids a space to write down, here's what I'm feeling, here's what I think you need to know. And that allowed me to be able to reach out to them and talk to them in a better time when I didn't have 20 other kids around me. It also told me, like, hey, this kid is using the Calm Corner a bunch. This kid is always needing a lot of help. They finally told me what's going on in their brain. And maybe it's not me that they need. Maybe it's other resources or other people. And so that can be really helpful as well. So a little basket or just somewhere where you can keep a bunch of that stuff is great. Like I mentioned in my email, I have a few like floor cushions that I could share. I also have like those wobble seats that they actually put in their chairs so they can wiggle a little while they sit. If you have some wiggly kids and think that that would be beneficial, please reach out. I can get you what you need. But just like everything, every piece of this Calm Corner is something that you need to teach the kids. Even with the older kids and they've used a Calm Corner, we call them a safe spot, sometimes at school. Even if they've used one for the last 5 years in 5 different classrooms, you need to establish the expectations for your space. So in the next week or two, please take a moment to sit down with the kids again. Have them tell you. Say, hey, it's been a while, we just need a refresher. Somebody tell me about the Calm Corner. What do we use it for? How do we use it? Here's some fidgets. How would I use this fidget? How could I use this fidget? Right? And have them tell you, because when they're able to explain and tell it back to you, they understand better themselves, right? Obviously, if there's specific things that you want to make sure that they understand and remember, you can go ahead and tell them that, but it means a lot more when they're able to tell you the answers to those questions. I also go through frequently throughout the year and just remind kids, like, hey, I had a bad morning and I was late for the bus and all these things went wrong. Is that a good time to use the safe spot? And kids can say yes or no, or you can have them do thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. I don't feel like doing the math homework today. Is that a good time to use a safe spot? No, of course not. The math is really hard and I'm getting really frustrated and I think I need a break. Yes, of course that's a great time. Also, don't be afraid to tell kids you need to go take a break. And again, it's not meant to be a place of punishment. So if you're sending a kid to the Calm Corner, I try to be clear with them, like, hey, I see you're getting frustrated. Please go take a break and calm your body. We can talk in a minute. Or, hey, I noticed that you're really sad today. If you think you need to take some time, remember that Calm Corner is there. It's okay for you to direct them to those spaces as well, as long as it's not a punishment, right? The purpose of it is to help them self-regulate, calm their body, calm their mind, so that they can better participate and have that good behavior for you. So just go through, teach all the ways. If you want kids to be able to use those fidgets at all times, just remind them to put them back in the Calm Corner when they're done. Some kids need a little something in their hands while they're working, while they're doing homework, whatever it might be, while they're listening to directions. So just make sure that they get those things put back in the Calm Corners when they are done. And I guess let me know if you have any other questions. I am hoping, end of the week is tomorrow, but I am hoping I can put a quick little video together as a reminder for kids as well. And just here's our club expectations with this Calm Corner. It's the same as at school really, but maybe having everybody hear it from one person, that might help them understand that from room to room, expectations are the same. There's a few things in the art room, a couple of things in the gym as well. If you ever need extra fidgets, headphones, whatever, let me know. Okay?